It's always a pleasure when you take time out of your schedule to join us for any type of webinar. I know how busy you are. Hope you all enjoyed the holiday and that you're ready to end the year with a success and with a big bang. Today's webinar will not take very long, but I just wanted to get some great information out to you, some news updates out to you, hopefully motivate you and help you and assist you to end the year with a true bang. We are a 37-year-old IMO, and we market multiple products, venues, and different business types throughout the United States. With our final expense program, just as a way of review, all contracts are direct with the carrier. You own your own business. You own your own renewals, and you are vested with your very first applications. We utilize a host of leads, and roughly 2 months ago, we launched our first version and rollout of our lead portal. Many of you have been using the portal. The portal has been a success, not without some hiccups and without some changes to go along the way. And I would tell you that as with everything with technology, it will always be modified and always have changes. We do have new lead types ready to roll that I want to talk to you about today. And then the general purpose of my call for you today is to let you know some promos we're putting out to help you generate more business, to make it easier for you to acquire some more leads in order to end out December with a bang. It's always interesting that during the month of December, I see a lot of people lose their production, things go down, a perception that placing business during December is difficult. I've always found in the senior marketplace, which is where we operate by and large, is that this is a great time of the year, one of the best times of the year. First of all, people are in a buying mood. People are happy. It's a great time to approach grandparents, mothers, fathers about purchasing life insurance for their children. So those of you that have already gotten contacted or are appointed with United American Insurance Company, I would tell you first and foremost that they have one of the best, if not the best, child policy in the industry. Put up to 5 children on one application. Each child receives their own application upon issue. If you put 5 children ages, say, 2 to 10 or 12 years old, $10,000 each, you're talking roughly $20 a month. And you do not need the parent's signature, only the owner that's buying the policy. So just food for thought. But let's go ahead and move into the basis of the meeting today. So in relation with our TV lead orders now, beginning today through December 30th, the end of the year, we are lowering our PPL, premium per lead, to 200 PPL. As you know now, primarily it runs at about $350 PPL, so this is nearly cut in half, which simply means that for every $200 of annualized premium, so again, every $200 of annualized paid premium. So that means the business has been written, the business has been placed, the premium's been received by the carrier, and the commissions have been generated. That's the definition of paid premium. But if that occurs, for every $200 of paid, issued, paid, placed premium, you will receive a free TV lead. So I hope you're taking note of that how easy that is. That means for roughly a $17 a month application, you're earning a free TV lead. The typical, as you know, the typical policy or typical application in our industry is between $50 and $65 a month, which means for one application, you'll earn 3 to 4 leads. And so please take advantage of it. Get your business in now. Get it issued now, so that you can take advantage of getting extra lead credit from now through the end of the year. That means we're co-oping now about 80% of the cost with you. And I trust that you'll take advantage of that and get into production very soon. Lead cost with proof of production. So if you want to purchase additional leads, as many of you do, and as you know now, the leads cost $35 each. So excluding Gerber production, but if you produce any of our other final expense products, you provide us with proof of production, we'll lower the lead cost for you to purchase leads to $25 each with a minimum purchase of 10. So again, if you write have other business issued, and you wish to purchase leads, I'm lowering the cost from 35 to 25. Remember, our cost will produce the lead, to generate the lead, to administer the lead is roughly $58 a piece. We're going to lower it to less than half the cost, to $25 each. So we're going to co-opt that as well. So not only can you earn more leads by simply producing business and earning income, now you can purchase extra leads to help you produce even more business and earn more income so that you can help have a great Christmas holiday season. Buy a bunch of gifts, throw them under that tree, take care of the little ones, the grandkids, whoever's special in your life, maybe even buy yourself something. And so take advantage of this opportunity. We don't do it often. I'm doing it now through the end of the year. Now, our Press One campaign, we spoke about this a lot over the last 2 months, is now available. The Press One campaign, or Press One leads, as we like to talk to them, it simply works through an automated outbound phone system whereby a phone blast is sent out to thousands of individuals at one given time. And when the individual picks up on the message, they hear the message and are asked if they would like to speak with an agent live at that time. If they'd like to speak with an agent to discuss their final expense needs, they simply press 1 on the phone, which is where we get the name, Press One Lead, and then you are connected live with that consumer. The cost for those leads are only $9 each. I will say that they're not the quality of TV because people didn't see the TV commercial and such, but they are a very high quality, and obviously they are a lot less expensive. They're $9 each. Some of our agents love them, do quite well. Remember, the individual had to press 1, so they are indicating that obviously that they are interested. And so again, that is our Press One campaign. The way it works is you have to provide the vendor with the area codes that you want calls in. The second part of that is that if you're utilizing a cell phone, an iPhone, a Droid, go online. When we hang up today, if you plan on utilizing this feature, and download the application called Sideline, Sideline, Sideline. It's a free app. That app will provide you with a second phone number free of charge to be placed on your phone. That is the number you give the vendor that sets up your Press One leads. Now, the reason for that is you still want your TV lead calls coming in. So your TV lead calls, when they come in, you will hear that whisper message recall. And that means when that message comes in, you'll hear a message that says Angel Care Call, thereby you know that you have received or are in the process of receiving a lead call. When it's a sideline call, meaning Press One leads, you will see a flash message on your phone that says sideline call. Therefore, you will know the difference between the TV call and the Press One call by utilizing that feature. Now, do not use the sideline number for TV calls. For whatever reason, we've not been able to figure out why from a technology standpoint, but the sideline feature does not work well with our software that transfers the TV calls. If you're using that feature, or if you're using Google Voice, we've learned that there's a conflict from the calls being transferred from the TV for individuals using those numbers. So I would recommend not using those numbers. For the TV call, only use them for the sideline call. Okay, so that's our Press One leads. You can see the minimum order is 25. On the Press One leads, at this time, they're not channeling through the existing portal you're using, but we do have a portal that will be set up for you. It is our portal, but it is there when you decide that you want to purchase Press One leads and you fill out a Press One lead order form. Our vendor will reach out to you, and a gentleman from our company will reach out to you, set up the account, walk you through the training, teach you how to use the portal to turn it on and off. You're only charged for leads on Press One leads when you actually speak to somebody. So if you buy 25 calls, you're going to get exactly 25 calls. So you're only charged when you connect, when you speak to someone, and you are able, just like on the TV calls, to turn those calls on and off. So again, the first process is to fill out the lead order form, send it into our department. The next is direct mail leads. Now that I would highly discourage this at this point in time, because we're still in a holiday season whereby there's a lot of junk mail out there. However, some areas it works well, but I would stay away from those high traffic areas that get a lot of the junk mail until after the year. But the direct mail leads are available. It is a tremendously discounted rate, as you know. If you go out and Google today or search or look, you know that direct mail leads for the final expense industry usually run in the neighborhood of $530 to $580, depending upon the quality of the lead. These are a very highly exclusive lead by one of our partners that owns the lead company. And because we do a lot of business together, they are giving us a rate that can't be got anywhere else. $400 for a 1,000 piece mail drop. It's very, very, very low cost for those final expense leads. Again, all you have to do is fill out the lead order form, send it into our department, let us know what areas you want. We also have a portal coming within the next 30 days that'll pick your leads up there. If the portal's not available when your leads are ordered now, we simply will forward those leads to you. The last one is what we call aged direct mail leads. Please don't confuse this with the old industry term B leads. They are not B leads. They've never been worked. They've never been phoned. They've never been called. They've never been sold. The vendor that we use that produces the direct mail leads, one of the reasons they're able to keep their costs down is they overmail, oversaturate areas, unlike most lead companies. Now, it works well for them most of the time. And by mailing larger quantities, their postage rates are down, their printing rates are down, therefore their costs are low. However, that does incur the fact that often they get an overrun of leads. In other words, more leads than agents purchase. We're able, at their cost of $3 each, with a minimum order of 100. Those leads average anywhere from 30 to 180 days old. Every now and then one might be in there that's a little older. Sometimes you'll get them that they're just a couple of weeks. But again, they've never been worked. They've never been picked up on. They've never been sold. They're just overrun leads. They're low cost. You're not going to sell every one of them. But at $3 a piece, if you pick up 100 of those, I guarantee you're going to generate a good amount of business. So again, it's 4 ways for you to be able to generate a high quality of business, larger volume, and to get things up and going to end up this year and to go into 2017 with a bang. So again, just as a way of reviewing those, that are our direct mail leads. And then our lead management system, as you know, is up and running already. And just a way of reminder again, to qualify for the free leads today, those of you that attended or that are on a webinar today will notice that in your lead portal, when you hang up today, there will be a $100 credit placed on your lead account. That's $100 simply for being loyal, attending this webinar, and writing business. That's a great credit. I hope you appreciate the fact that that's a lot of money that we're putting forward to assist you with ending up this year with a bang. In order to have that credit placed in your account does have to be active. Your portal has to be active. So if your portal is not active, you need to get it active, which means you have to fill out the new lead portal sign-up form, which is included, again, in the dialog box that I've already sent you. We will send that out again today, sometime following the webinar today or by in the morning. Now, moving forward, as you know, the lead management system records all your live calls from their television commercials. They're stored there for your future use. There is a charge of $19.95 a month for the portal, for the CRM and features that are on there. Added features will be coming in the next quarter. We will do training in January and February to teach everyone how to use the portal, to do many of the items that are available that we've put off until a later date. So we didn't want to overwhelm everybody with all the special features that are available. but we are going to start doing training on those on the next few months, January and February. Now, to keep from paying the portal fee, it's simple. $4,000 annualized of monthly paid premiums, all you have to do, and then there is no charge. You have to provide us with proof for production. Just simply fill out your production report, send it in to us, and just request that we waive your fee, and it will be done. Now, again, those of you that are looking for E&O, remember that we have E&O available actually for as little as $100 a year. You just need to email us and let us know. I know it's that time of the year when people are renewing their E&O. The E&O does only cover products, but it's only $100 a year. If you're not sure if you're in the final expense lead program, call your marketer today. Ask for your marketer. They'll help you complete all the necessary forms that you need in order to get involved in the lead program. So the first thing you need to do to take advantage of the free leads, if you're not already set up, is get your lead portal set up. Let's just do a little bit of review before you get off the phone, especially those of you that are new. If you've never sold over the phone, it can be quite an experience. But again, I just look at it like this. The first and foremost that I tell individuals when you first start selling over the phone, close your eyes, sit back, relax, and just vision you're across the table from the consumer. Your sales presentation doesn't really need to change. The only thing that changes is a lot of the little chit chat, get to know each other that you spend 30 or 45 minutes in a home. You have to do it quick. You have to get with it. There's a little bit of impatience on the part of the consumer. That's why they're calling on the phone. They want to get down to it. I will send out our script today to help you with that. But let me just go through a little scenario on a call. When that call comes in again, remember some things that you should have already done, taken care of prior to the call. And that is, if depending upon the carrier you like to use, if it's American Home Life, it's Americo, Royal, Neighbors, Foresters, those are all great companies. Transamerica to do online voice authorized applications with. If you're going to do Foresters, you do need to attend a Foresters training. We have to certify you in order to use the voice signature process, unless you're already certified, of course. But before you do that, you need to have their worksheet ready. Now, each company that does voice signature, meaning you don't have to use an e-app, you don't have to mail anything, you simply record the customer's application and voice signature over the phone. They all have a worksheet. Now, that worksheet is quite simple. All it is a short form application cheat sheet. It's so you can walk your client through and pre-qualify the client. So it's important to pre-qualify the client. Make sure the client is even going to qualify for a standard level benefit before you get them on the phone with the carrier. If they're not going to qualify, then you need to place them with Gerber, a guaranteed issue product. If they do qualify, then some carriers, for instance, American Home Life, Foresters, they have some disclosure forms that if you will review those with your client prior to calling the carrier, then the carrier will not review those with your client. They're in saving you 9 to 10 minutes of a call. So be prepared. Know the process. Read the materials put out by the company. Each carrier puts out their own processes, their requirements, the forms to use for doing a voice signature. Always have the quote engine up on the side so that when you're speaking with your client, as soon as you get that birth date, you can bring it up, pop it up, and know the kind of premiums you're looking at. Remember, you want to stay in the neighborhood of $40 to $60 a month unless pushed by the client. If the client can afford it and wants more, that's fine. But to protect your persistency, to ensure that you get a lot of closes, to ensure that the people are happy, you want to stick around that area. So have those things ready. Have your e-applications up. For those carriers that do an e-app along with the voice signature, some individuals don't like the voice signature process. Some don't like the e-app process. So be prepared. You'll be able to determine when you're working with your client on which one works best for you and which one will work best for your client. However, so now you're ready. You have all your items. You're sitting at your desktop. Then you're ready to go, and your phone rings sometime during the day. Now, Let's stop before we get to that first call. Don't sit around waiting on calls. I cannot promise you when a call is going to come in. I cannot make someone dial the phone number watching a commercial. It could happen at 9 o'clock in the morning. It may not happen again till 3 in the afternoon. You could have a day pass with no calls, and then you could have a day take place where you have multiple calls. There's really no way. However, so that you know, the TV ad calls or the TV commercials run 24/7 around the country. Now, if I see that we don't have agents in particular states, then I will shut it off completely. And it could be that the ad agency, if they have contractual relationships and the ability to do so, they're going to also shut it off in those states. There's no specific time frame. If you want to sell over the weekend, very important, get contracted with Foresters. Foresters has weekend hours. Foresters has weekend staff, and you're able to do a complete voice signature over the phone with Foresters. Get contracted, get online, pull down their info, learn their process. We will get you certified to use the voice signature on the weekends. So there's no time frame that you cannot operate. Please, we've had some misunderstandings. When you get on your portal, there is no need for you to turn off your site to inactive unless you're going to be gone for several days and you truly do not want to sell business. Don't turn it on and off just because you're going to lunch. Remember how the system works. When an inbound call from the TV commercial hits our system, the first thing our system does is look for an active agent. So if you're listed active, but you're not taking calls, that's okay. When you don't answer the phone, it's simply going to bypass you and go to the next agent in line. Or if it calls you and you're on a personal phone call, not a TV call, but a personal phone call. So let's just assume you were on the phone speaking with me and an ad call comes your way. As long as you're marked active, that ad call is still going to come your way. It's going to go to your voicemail, and it's going to be recorded on your lead portal. Therefore, as soon as you hang up, all you have to do is listen to the voice recording, hit redial, and contact the client. Listen, 35% of our business, maybe even higher, comes from follow-up calls from voicemails. Comes from follow-up calls that took place at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when you're not working. If you shut your site down, you're missing an opportunity to sell a lot of business. So leave your site up. It doesn't hurt to leave your site active. Looking this morning, our leads are running, and many agents have their sites turned off right now. Why? Well, you were going to get on this call. But there's no need to turn it off. Remember, it'll go to voicemail. If it misses your voicemail, it will go to our live ops center, who will record the call, and we will get the call out to you at a later time. So please don't miss out on that. Now, with that, let me say that many times I will elect to run leads knowing that there's nobody buying leads. They're not out there, but we will just do so in order to keep our lead flow going and our costs down. When those leads come in, we still register them. We have a number on hand. Now, many times they could be a couple hours old. They could be 1 to 2 days old. Any agent that wishes to purchase those run-over leads that come in, let us know, and we will resell those leads to you at $15 each. If you don't purchase them, if no one else purchases them, then I have a staff of agents that will gladly run them and work them. Those are not duplicate leads. They're not resold. They've never been given to anybody yet. They're just laying there waiting for an agent to work them. Great opportunity, again, for you to buy a lead that I paid $58 for. You can buy them for $15 and give you another opportunity to increase your sales. So now with that, when that lead call comes in, you will hear a message in your ear that says Angel Care Call. Your response should be, Angel Care Services, may I help you? They're going to respond with something like, well, I was just calling. I was calling in on the TV commercial, and you'll hear a lot of delays, et cetera, et cetera. That's fine. Remember, first of all, there's a lot of anxiety. They dialed the number, and then you answered, and it scares them. Ease their conscience. Well, thank you very much for calling. May I ask, do you already have the type of funeral picked out that you plan, that you're planning for? Would it be traditional or will it be cremation? You need to keep the people talking, and you need to offer the opportunity and the type so that the flow of the conversation proceeds. Remember, this is on a phone. You don't have 3 hours to sit across the table. So if they would respond with, let's say, well, I guess traditional is what we would look at. Well, that's a great choice. A lot of people still choose that. Now, the average cost of a funeral today is about $8,000. Do you already have in mind the amount that you and are you married? So that's where you find out if it's a spouse. So do you and your spouse, or if they're single. Do you already have an amount in mind? Now, what will happen a majority of the time is the response will be, yeah, about $50 a month. You notice what happened? You were talking about death benefit. They're talking about monthly premium, which is great because that's what you want to know anyway. And so with that, then just reply back. That's a great choice. Listen, let me explain the process to you. The first thing I need to do is see what type of product, what kind of plan you qualify for. Once we determine what type of plan we qualify for, we'll look at how much it will cost and the amount of your burial plan, determine if that best suits your needs. At that time and place, once we determine you qualify, we will call the company that provides the coverage for that plan. We'll get them on the phone. They will qualify you over the phone. This is all just going to take a few minutes. Now, here's the great news. When we hang up the phone today, your plan will be in place immediately. Now, what that means is, God forbid, but an hour from now, if something tragic should happen, accidents do happen, unforeseen things happen. Sometimes we're diagnosed with illness we don't know about. You're covered, taken care of. Your loved ones will not have to worry about your funeral arrangements. It will all already be taken care of. Isn't that great news? Now, with that, they can only give you one or two responses, yes or no. Typically, it's yes. This is called a writing close. So at that time, well, great, let me go ahead and see if you qualify. And at that time, you're going to use the worksheet provided by either Americo, American Home Life, Foresters. They all have a worksheet. They're all about the same. It's just this simple pre-qualifying the health questions. Once they qualify, great news. I see that you do qualify. Now, my next question is, how would you choose to pay for this? Would it be monthly or annual? As you know, based on that question, I'm sure you know that overwhelming response will be monthly. That's a great choice. It's what most individuals choose. Let me explain how that works. Just like you now here, if you're speaking with somebody 62 or older or 65 or older that's already on Social Security, just like your Social Security check, how it's deposited each month, so you never have to worry about your money being there. You never have to worry about not having funds in your account when your bills come out. That's the same way the billing for your burial plan will work. It'll come out of your checking account each month at the designated time that you tell the company that you want it to come out. So if someone told you they were born on January the 8th, you would simply state, I see that your Social Security check is deposited when? On the second Wednesday of each month, because you were born on the 8th. So what I recommend is that we set up your burial policy to come out on the second Friday of each month, 2 days after the deposit. Doesn't that make sense? Now, what this does is two things. First of all, you sound very professional, very knowledgeable. You've just assisted your client with making sure that they don't have lapses. So when the money goes in, the premium comes out. Now, if you wanted to, I would recommend, remember, deposits go in first, debits come out second. You could make your draft date the same date as the deposit. I don't do that. I make it the following date. So I always set it up for when? For that Wednesday, that Thursday. It's truly up to you on where you feel comfortable. As you can see, though, the deposit dates here, you can see the second, third, and fourth Wednesdays of each month. So if you just coordinate that with the following Thursday, the day after, that way your client never has a lapse, never has funds not available. And if they respond, yeah, that makes sense, great. All I need to do, may I ask, well, who do you bank with? And then all you need is the account number and routing number. Now, review that with them. You have to have that before you call the carrier. So again, congratulate them, be excited. Then three-way call the carrier. Introduce yourself to the carrier, who you are, your agent number. They'll want to know about your client, their date of birth, where they're from, etc. If you've already read off disclosure forms, if that carrier like Foresters requires it, they don't require it, but they suggest it. And if you tell them you've already reviewed those disclosure forms with your client and you have to do so, then you're going to save yourself 9 to 10 minutes conversation with your clients. But review everything, have the banking information ready. Don't make the carrier do the banking information. If you do, you're going to lose a lot of business. You'll lose a lot of business if you do it that way. So have it ready, hand it off to the carrier. The carrier will then interview your client. They're just going to go through the health questions, qualify the questions. They'll hand the phone back to you and let you know if your client qualifies or not. It's that simple. Now, once you have completed the sale and you've gotten it done, the carrier is going to drop off the phone. Congratulate your client, but please don't just hurry up and get off the phone. Now is the most important part. Let your client know that their product is going to arrive in the mail in roughly 3 days, and you want to put it on your calendar to have a conversation with them in 3 days. That if they don't hear from you, you want them to call you so that you can review the product to make sure it's exactly what you purchased. Get their phone number again, give them your phone number again, get their email address, send them your business card. It's very, very, very important to follow up after the sale. Review the product. Now, I hope you caught something during the conversation, and most don't, so if you didn't, that's okay. But you never heard the words insurance come out of my mouth when I was speaking with the client. Look, we all know it's insurance. They know it's insurance. But it is a very, very derogatory term to many people today. It's a term that causes aggression. It's a term that causes pushback. It's a term that causes rejection. Stay away from it. You're selling burial protection, a burial policy. Talk about burial plans. Avoid the word insurance. Insurance scares people. You just became a salesman instead of an advisor helping them with their situation. And so again, I will send out today an email that has a lot of the scripting in it that we just went over in more detail. I'll send out some additional forms. We will get your credits in. That may not all take place today. It'll take place between now and the close of business tomorrow. It will take us some time to go through and scrub the list today of those of you that are on the call. So again, I want to thank everyone for attending the call today. We need your business. I want your business. I want us to end out the year with a bang. I want you to end the year out with a bang. Increase your sales. Make some money to go buy that special someone in your life a great gift. Buy yourself something. Go on a nice vacation, whatever it is you would like to do. Simply take advantage of the tools, the opportunities, and the leads that are afforded you. If you're not sure you're set up properly, reach out to your marketer today. Again, just contact your marketer and make sure that you are able to sell our product. Now, with that, I like to always end on a high note again, and I think this has been a very good webinar for us today, and I appreciate your time. Let's have a good week. Let's have a great month, and thank you again for attending today.